The minds of gods are not for mortals to know or to judge, except that each has a place for all of us in his grand scheme, and be happy in the part you have to play. Proclamation of Magnus the Red. Welcome to Beyond the Box Art. I'm Tom, people online call me Mad Cat. The last 3 months or more, I've been lucky enough to have a commissioner send me repeat commissions to build their own glorious army of Thousand Sons with. They've spent quite some time in my stream, and they've restarted their painting journey as well, somewhat as a result, which I'm very happy about and a little proud of too. Although, I can't lay claim to all of that because they were introduced to me by Mike Moans.
It's my mini-me. She bought me a tiny weeny me. And I look like Patrick Star. Look, they've even got my feet. They look just like that.
Who's a wonderful human being and also does some wonderful painting, which I will put his links down below too. On the Twitch stream, I regularly provide guidance from my over decade of painting experience, including my younger childhood days. And in this video, along with just showing off the work I've done for Aphelion, I wanted to talk about my experiences so far painting some of the 14th Legion. We will be painting a Thousand Sons Dreadnought from the Heresy era on stream once I return from a short break in mid-August. So if you'd like to see how I approach painting them, you can do that and ask questions live at twitch.tv/beyondtheboxart. First thing I will say is Thousand Sons Blue from Citadel requires many coats to reach opacity. I usually find around the 14th layer that it hits full opacity. Did I say the 14th layer? I meant the 4th layer, if I did say the 14th. Getting confused with the Legion number. The reason we use Thousand Sons Blue and not some other alternative with better coverage is because as close as people might be able to colour match it, I wouldn't exactly be the same. It wouldn't be the same if we did. It just wouldn't be exactly the same as we did. The azure colour of the Thousand Sons is, along with the yellow strips and gold trim, one of the most distinctive factors of the colour scheme. Secondly, I'm relearning, or maybe even properly learning for the first time, how to paint true metallic metals. And these dusty boys have been putting me through my paces a little bit with that. Much to my benefit in practice time and outcomes. I think the tank on display shows, whilst it only sports a fraction of the usual aureate trim, some considerable improvement from the squad and Terminator Sorcerer done previously. The heavy metal team, the main heavy metal team's true metallic painting is fantastic. You've got to say, those guys are just supreme. They teach us all how to. Darren Latham teaches us all how to actually do true metallics as well as non-metallics. He did that too. The colours used, as I'm sure people will ask, most of these are as shown on the Citadel Paint app, I believe, but nonetheless, the blues are Thousand Sons Blue, Ahriman Blue for the first highlights, then I step right up to Blue Horror, although I might be switching to AK Interactive's Blue in the future instead of Blue Horror. I think it's visually more pleasing as a final result. It's slightly higher value, maybe slightly less muted. The gold is Retributor armor washed with Reichman Flesh Shade. It was then gloss varnished along with the rest of the model so I could pin wash the blues with oils. I then matte varnished the whole model that was done leaving the gold completely knocked down in value and reflective specularity. It was then highlighted back up with gold from Vallejo model color, which I then mixed up with Scale Colors Speed Metal until it was nearly pure speed metal for the final highlight. The steel metallics were Ironbreaker Air from Citadel, and during the pin wash stage received an all-over wash with the black oil wash that was used for the pins. That was wiped away around the extremities with a cotton bud, and after the matte varnish received a single highlight with speed metal. The yellow is Avalan Sunset, washed with Cassandora Yellow, then highlighted back with Citadel's Avalan Sunset, then Dawn Yellow and a touch of Ice Yellow from Vallejo to finish. Another thing we did in between the varnish layers was to put down the transfers. The gloss varnish provides some protection from Microsol and Microset. Solutions I use to help settle and dissolve the medium the transfers printed onto, rendering it as flat as possible. Unfortunately, the transfers Aphelion ordered, while serviceable, had extremely heavy, medium, and a few were lost due to familiarity with a different weight of transfers tripping me up. Thankfully, they flattened out okay before the numerous layers of matte varnish became a significant problem. Green eyes are Citadel's Lupercal and Cyberite mixed with Vallejo's livery and dotted with Reaper's MSB skull and bones, my new favourite near white green. I freehanded the symbols and sigils on the side of the pintle-mounted combi flamer using the highlighting colours for the eyes, excluding the Lupercal. I didn't bother to use the dark colour there. There's a short here on YouTube you can watch that shows how to paint the lenses. If you'd like me to include more footage of the painting here in future videos, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. And if there's anything you think I missed out in the colours or have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. I've always endeavoured to reply to every single message in the comments. Over the course of the next few months, along with the Dreadnought, I'll be painting some Zangor Shamans and Enlightened ones on discs. They'll be started at the beginning of September. I've also got to finish something this week that's very special for the next week's video. Don't think you can see it at the moment. Anyone who's been following me for long enough will know what it is, I think. I'll say no more and just recommend that you stay tuned and hit that subscription button if you want to see the coolest thing that I ever possibly will paint. If the numbers this week go okay, I'll throw that out next week, I think, if I can. I have some footage of it. It's probably going to be the week after. Otherwise, I might leave it another week or two if the numbers don't do well enough anyway. And I'll try and give it a wider audience that it deserves. The algo is ruthless, but fair. I'm looking forward to the next video and to reading and responding to your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and remember, nicely painted minis perform better on the battlefield. My name's Tom. You've been watching Beyond the Box Art. If you need a commission, hit me up. God bless, question everything, and have fun. If you enjoyed that episode of Beyond the Box Art, make sure to follow me on all my social medias. And if it pleases you to procure one of my painted pieces, you can peruse the eBay shop. And if you really enjoy the content, you can support me directly at ko-fi.com/beyondtheboxart.